goes on Friday.
Well, Barbados here against the Leeward Islands and getting the first wicket clean bowl.
Yes, that one certainly nipped back. Kept a trifle low. And she's on her way for a duck. So there goes Melissa Clark, bowled by Connell. And Barbados striking first, picking up the first wicket there.
Well, and Connell did the ideal thing too, as I said, bowling wicket-to-wicket deliveries, and that was pitched on a very good length, and they probably just...
It was a delivery which was over pitch, and here we go. Swinging across the line, terrible shot.
Well,
and she's on her way, so not good cricket at all there by the batter Maynard as she makes her way back.
Yeah, and you're so right in terms that...
All the other teams in that. So in the top 5, there's only one medium pacer, and that's Kimberly Anthony of the Leeward Islands, who has 9 wickets. But the main wicket taken on the pad, the appeal goes up, and the finger goes up, and she's on her way. Seems as though she's a bit dissatisfied with that. Might have taken the edge. Oh, Victor, that one seemed to be angled down the onside. It's very difficult to tell if he took the edge there. It does not appear so to me. And we are keeping our fingers crossed that we have a good shot and pulled nicely down to square leg for 4. That's a good shot. It was short. It got to Hector rather slowly, and she was into a wicket, swiveled into a wicket, and pulled it down to square for 4. Good looking, powerful shot there by Hector.
Yeah, nicely timed and into the...
And in the end, they lost that one. This one is in the air. Big hoik there by Hector. The bowler gets under it and takes the catch. And Hector is on her way. Not a very good shot indeed there by Hector. Just one wild swing, and probably taking the top portion of the bat. We look at it again, in fact. And a good catch there by Gordon, settling on it nicely. She called for it. The Leeward Island batter seems to be losing the plot a bit. Drives in there back to the bowler court. Good catch. It was over her head, and she stuck up both hands and plucked it from the air, and the Leeward Islands lose another wicket with Boyce going down. Here we see it again. Driven in the air, back to the bowler. She waits on it and plucks it from the air and takes it well.
Yeah, a very good ball and court catch there. So Barbados making further inroads into the Leeward Islands batting, and they would be feeling very good and confident now, Barbados. He obviously would have been giving some advice to the bowlers closer to him when they're on the boundary. For example, the one who is on the long on boundary, but he is not.
In the air caught. Oh, my word. Played back to the bowler, and she plucked it from the air. Good reaction there by the bowler Gordon, and she picks up a third.
Yes, and really the Leeward Islands really losing their way here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground after being sent in by Barbados, and the 6th wicket going down for the Leeward Islands. So Barbados really playing themselves. Earl, and like how you have observed the movement of the Barbados bowlers and the fielders because of the overcast conditions, I would like to believe that...
Swung up, wild swing there by Anthony, and that one seemed to have taken her plumb in front, and she's on her way.
Yes, and another unnecessary stroke here by the batter going right across the line and being struck plumb in front. So Gordon takes another wicket, and Barbados ascends with more wickets just falling for the Leeward Islands. And that observation I was saying, Earl, too.
Bruce is in the attack, though, and she picks up from her captain. In the air, and St. Vanny is out. Tame dismissal. on the pad, she looked to flick it into the onside. Instead, flicked skywards towards the dark clouds. And Aline just waited and waited on it. And it took ages to come down, but she settled on it nicely. And the Kambala Pali goes for 1.
Yes, and another valuable wicket again for Barbados here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground on the Leeward Islands, after coming off a previous good victory against Jamaica at Warner Park. But today looked totally different. Well, it's a different game, a different team, but Barbados have done well and very well so far in this encounter after winning the toss and asking the Leeward Islands to bat first. Well,
it's the fast bowling for Barbados that is doing the trick.
Yeah.
We up here saying that, probably the spinners would, and the things are looking up for a match there at Connery as Connell continues. Here's one swung in the air out towards, in fact it goes across the boundary now, and it's 4. But a good shot there by Claxton. In fact it's 6. The coach Roddy Eswick is signaling 4, and Trishan Holder was down there on the boundary. She's closer to the action. She was signaling 6. Interesting, but we'll have a look at it again. But a good shot by Jazara Claxton.
Yeah, good shot selection there by Claxton. They really
6.
hitting it nicely.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at it again and see how close that came to the boundary. Eswick, who is on the boundary edge, was signaling 4, but Holder, who was a lot closer, seemed to have lost the ball there. And here's another good shot again. More runs for Claxton. And it's another 4. In fact, wides. So 5 runs to the Leewards.
Well, all these runs, they will count for the Leeward Islands. They really need them runs in any form or fashion. So Moses will just have to play that supporting role. But on the other hand, though, Captain Claxton, she will have to be spot on with her shot selection, even though she is going to be the dominant person in this partnership.
She is on 15, back in the onside. And had she gotten it past here, she out. A wild swing, looking to pull into the onside, missed it completely, and seemed to have been bowled.
Yeah.
Yes, stumps disturbed there. So Moses goes 79 for 9 as she walks away. And a drink's been taken. Victor, we are going to take a drinks break also, and we'll be back with you shortly. Scoring 257 in the last match to win a match. Highest in the tournament. And now struggling to get to 100 here at St. Paul's. But having said that, Barbados batted on this track on Monday, and they just got as far as some 76 runs. Here is Leeward getting it out towards, yes, the catch is taken, out towards wide, it's long off. And Gordon settles under it and takes an easy catch, swing into the onside. Fielder settles nicely under it, and with the reverse cup taking a very simple catch, and it's all over for the Leeward Islands. 85 for 9, and they batted some 85 for 10, sorry. They batted some 31.1 overs. The last person to go was Leeward, who was out caught for 5. And 85 it is for 10, which means that Barbados would have to score some. She's bowling right arm with spin, and she's going over the wicket. Oh, this is a good one, and she's out. She's bowled, Calendar. My word, wonderful delivery. By Kampali, tossed up well, and we look at it. is to get familiar with the rules.
Yeah, because once you know, well, here it looks like this rule is going to be 4 runs into the square.
Well, it's not a rule, it's a good shot. It was pulled into the onside
Yeah.
by Kaisia Knight, just slightly back out of square for 4. Another good delivery there from Josiah Claxton, and 4 runs. So Barbados rebuilding nicely with the first wicket going down with the score on 1. And they have not panicked. The two of them, they've handled the situation well. So seem to have cleared up a bit, although clouds are still in the area. Looks like we're going to have another bowling change from the far end. It's Maynard who picks up the attack, but Barbados 51 for 1.
Four runs.
So 4 runs well played there through the offside, and
Onside.
in fact the onside, pulled into the onside there by the left-handed Kaisia Knight. And she, with that 4, she moves to 21. So they're doing this very easily. And of course, it's a 50-over match, Victor.
Yeah, so they have so many overs to face, so there is no need for no indiscretions from a Barbados point of view batting.
In the same area, this time it's traveling a bit slowly, but it could get there also. 4 more. So Maynard not bowling a good line and length, a bit too short, and being capitalized on there by Kaisia Knight. And 27 more runs needed in 214 balls. And if at this rate, if Maynard continues dropping short, this could be very well. It's Senavi Kambalapali, who's played into the onside in the air, and it beats Saxena into the mid-wicket bounce for 4. It was in the air for quite some time. She's signaling 6, but let's wait and see if the umpire will change the signal. That seemed to have dropped inside the boundary to me, but
It looks so to me, though.
well, let's wait and see. But certainly that seemed to have dropped well inside the boundary. Knight is on 46, 4 to get a half century. Pulls in the air down towards back out of square, brings up a half century and brings up the win for Barbados.
Yes,
So
and
she moves to 50 with that shot. Barbados crosses the line and taking full points from this one, Victor.
yes, and what a splendid innings from Knight there, and getting to a half century. And as Earl have been saying throughout this tournament, she has been patient. Well, both sisters have been patient, and it shows in the end that that patience paid off very well for her, coming in not out, and Barbados outstandingly defeated the Leeward Islands right here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground. Very well played, Barbados.
So just to tell listeners that this match has come to an end. Barbados picking up full points. And just to recap quickly, Barbados would have won the toss this morning, inserted the Leeward Islands. And the Leeward Islands playing the same team that played against Jamaica on Monday. When they batted, they managed to get to a paltry 85 from 31.2 overs. With Claxton, the captain for today, she scored 23 not out from some 37 deliveries. When East Boys, she got 15 from 36. There were 16 extras, 3 leg byes and 14 wides. And for Barbados, the top bowlers were Alison Gordon, 4 for 13 from 7. Connell, 2 for 26 from 8. And the Barbados, in reply, lost a wicket early. Calendar, she went for no score when the score was on 1. But Holder and Kaisia Knight, the when they got together, they put together an outstanding partnership of some 86 runs and took the score to 87 for 1, with Holder bringing up the victory for Barbados with 4 backward of Scree, and that also brought up a half century. So she came 50 not out, and she would have struck some 7 fours and no maximum. And left not out was Trishan Holder on 23. The lone wicket taker for the Leewards was the 15-year-old Sianavi Kambala Pali, and she picked up 1 for 39, and she was the lone wicket taker for the Leeward Islands. So there you have it. And I would like to say at this point that one of the final spot, one of the players in the finals would have been decided by that victory by Barbados. And I could also go as far as to confirm too that Leeward Islands most likely will be back here on Friday at St. Paul's to play in that match to determine who is in the cellar position. That match would be between 5 and 6. So very likely we will see Leewards back here at St. Paul's, and Barbados will be joining to Warner Park to take on the winner of the match today between Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, match which is taking place there at Warner Park. So we await the results of that one to determine who play who and where. So, on behalf of Victor, of course, the Player of the Match award will be taking place in a short while, and Visham would be on hand. So, we'll just wait for that to happen, the Player of the Match. But in the meantime, I could have a little chit-chat with Victor. Victor, not a good showing by the Leeward Islands at all today. They were inserted, and 85 runs on the board being all out was never going to pose much problems for Trinidad and Tobago, despite the fact that they would have made some 76 runs on Monday against Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, and despite the fact too that the Leeward Islands had an outstanding performance against Jamaica at Warner Park, where they got over 250 runs for victory, but then coming out here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground against Barbados and only mustering the 85 runs that they got, that too shows that cricket is always on the day, but Barbados have had the better of the day here at the St. Paul's Recreation Ground and have definitely qualified themselves for the final. So well played, Barbados. And Knight have been very impressive in terms of her patience and just waiting for her loose deliveries, executing them when necessary. And she shows that she have very good temperament for the longer version of the game.
Well, as we speak to you, the weather certainly continues to improve, but that's immaterial at this point. The match is well and truly done, and as we look out, we see it's going to be Gordon who's going to be presented with the Player of the Match award. She's being presented there by the match referee, Thelma Gums. So Alison Gordon, who bowled 7 overs and picked up 4 for 13 from a 7 overs Player of the Match, and well-deserved too. It was really a fine spell, and it really broke the back of the Leeward Islands batting. And